It's a Manchu. Welcome back to Divergence SMP. It's been a while. It's been at least a couple months since I spent much time here. Since then, Christmas has come and gone, and it's a new year, and I think it's high time I got back to it. But I don't want to forget about Christmas because I actually got a Christmas present from Cat Beanie. She was very generous to give all of the people on this SMP a Christmas present, and this is my present. Some cool stuff in here, right? And sometimes, you know, you get a Christmas present and then you kind of like say, oh, isn't that nice and that's special? But you forget about it shortly afterwards, and then you don't look at whatever that present was by January. I want to actually try and make use of some of the stuff in here. In addition to that, I won a prize for the ship that I'm in right now. Although most of what's in this prize box, I actually took out. It wasn't just blocks of diamond, it was all the stuff I put in this chest here. This is all part of that prize. I used it to put in that chest and to decorate the captain's cabin of the ship that won the prize. I don't want to just use it for decorations. I want to make something with this. So let me look at what I've got here and what I can make of it. Block of iron, a bunch of gold. There is something that I haven't built in this world that I'm thinking could be kind of useful, and it could make use of some of this material. And that is an automatic Piglin bartering setup. I could use it to convert this gold into other cool stuff. It's going to require a sorting system to sort all the things that the Piglins barter. For that, I need lots and lots of hoppers. I can use the iron for that. And also lots of redstone. That's going to be useful for that sorting system and for the automatic bartering system. Yeah, I'm also going to need a bunch of item frames. Alright, let me take this back to my base, gather some other materials that I'm going to need, and get to work on making this automatic bartering system. I've also been told that Cat left me another gift while I was gone. It's up here in an area that I have... What? Cat Beanie, I bow to your ingenuity. Mushrooms? Seriously? Well, that's another gift I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with. But you know something? I need item frames. And I might have a use for this cod, too. At least some of it. I can't blame anyone but myself. I started this. I made this great guardian farm that produces lots of protein, but also produces a huge amount of cod. And I didn't know what to do with the cod. So I had this genius idea of, I know, I'm selling shulker boxes at my shop. I'll just stuff some of those shulker boxes with cod. It'll be an extra bonus for people. What the hell am I going to do with all these mushrooms? Working in the nether, might as well take that. Golden helmet. I have to put it in the nether. I might as well put it around my nether hub someplace. I'm thinking up above the ceiling here. I did have a setup for bartering with piglins already. I think it's over here. Yeah, it's over here. I got a couple of piglins in this boat over here. And if I give them gold... Can I give both of them gold? Yeah. And they're actually name tagged, Percival. If I give them gold, they'll look at it, and after, I forget, it's either 6 or 8 seconds, they will stop examining it, and they'll drop something which will end up in the hoppers and go into these barrels. So far they've given me quartz. Thanks a lot. But I can also speed up the process by activating this piston here. Moving that gold block upsets them and they immediately complete the transaction and drop the stuff in here. Ow, 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 ow! Where'd you come from? The hell? I thought I was completely closed off. They had a buddy that came in from over here. Well, that sucked. Anyway, yeah, so that's the idea behind it, but I want to do it on a more industrial scale. I'm going to need to dig out a pretty big area around here to make room for this bartering system. About 12 blocks wide and 22 blocks long and 15 blocks high. Let's see if this will save me effort or make things more difficult. Fire in the hole! Ooh. It's a lot of netherite. It's a double vein. I think I'm gonna put the Piglin over on this side. And the collection system is gonna end here. Alright, there's my filter system. The bartering system is gonna produce a tremendous amount of material. I want to sort all the materials, but I'm gonna have to compromise between sorting them reliably and sorting them quickly. There's going to be a row of hoppers leading in this direction, passing over the top of this hopper. There'll be many filters parallel to each other, in fact 13, because there's 13 stackable items that I can sort. So I'm going to have 13 sorters that look just like this on this side, 13 on this side. The drops from the Piglin bartering are going to get split between two rows of hoppers, one leading across this, one leading across that. And each of these will have a filter system. I have these conveniently labeled COD. It's a good idea to label it with something specific so that there's not going to be any other kind of item like it that can get to those, into the hopper. And then whatever item I'm trying to pull out in this slot. Once I have enough blackstone in this hopper, this comparator will put out a redstone signal strong enough to power that block. That repeater will turn on. That repeater will power this block, powering off this redstone torch, which then unlocks this hopper and it'll pull the items into here. And that side will be the same arrangement. I can make use of some of these item frames I was given. There. Now I know what's going to go into that chest. Why only put one of each of these items, and why should they be labeled? Well, they're labeled obviously so that nothing else like them can go into the filters. It doesn't really matter what you label them with, although I always like it with a subliminal message in it. And you only put one in each of these 4 slots. If you put more than that, and the idea being you have something really precious that you want to collect with the filter and you don't want to have too many items in this slot, if you do that, you can have a problem with overflow. One of the hoppers in this filter filling up and causing the adjacent filters to activate and draw everything out of it. Essentially, if you did that, these individual filters would not be stackable side by side. Alright, another brick. Obsidian. Lastly, crying obsidian, which somehow I don't think I have very much of that. 2 crying obsidian? That can't be right. I must be missing some somewhere. I don't know where I would have put it. Regardless, 2 is enough to get things started, because I can put 1 in each of the 2 filters. I'll have to put Crying Obsidian into the item frames later. So the Piglin's going to be up here above where these hoppers are. I'll have rails across the top of these hoppers and a hopper main cart moving back and forth across those rails, dropping items into this chest. From this chest, it will go into these 2 hoppers. This hopper's leading to this chain of hoppers. This hopper's leading to this chain of hoppers. So that I'm guaranteed that I'm going to have an equal number of items being distributed down each pipeline. Comparator there. Redstone dust here. And that's going to slow down the items going through this pipeline. Again, it's a compromise between sorting quickly and sorting reliably. In order to sort reliably, I have to slow down items going through this pipeline. Put the powered rail. Oops, I need to nudge it so it starts. There we go. That's the block I want the Piglin to be standing on. Now, how the hell do I get him to it? How do I get a Piglin on top of that block? See if I can break this boat without hitting these guys. Okay. Now I'm gonna need one of you guys to get in the boat. That's it. Just walk right down there. I'll get in the boat with you. Get in the boat. Alright. Carefully roll my boat down here. This is tricky. Okay. Can I drop that there? No, he picked it up immediately. Drop another one there. Okay, now break the boat. Dude, there's gold right down there. You want that gold. Go get it. Yes! Okay, I got him. Put the lever here. I could put the lever there. That's probably better. And that should be on 3 ticks. Should be set. It's not pretty. I want to dress it up a little better. I definitely don't go in just scaffolding and get up to here. Let's take all this gold that I got for a Christmas present. Was this a Christmas present or was it the prize? I can't remember. But anyway, it's going to feed from that chest through the hopper into this dropper. Now, when I activate this switch, I have a repeater circuit here that's going to continually cycle power to this block, which will continually activate the dropper and spit out gold ingots at the Piglin, which will pick them up. This block is also going to have power cycling, and as this cycles power, it will activate the sticky piston, pushing this nether gold block, which upsets the Piglin and causes him to complete the barter transaction instantly. So when I flip this switch, he's just going to continually grab gold and then drop items and then grab more gold and drop items very quickly. I set this repeater to 3 ticks. I could have it set to 1 tick, but my collection system isn't going to be fast enough to keep up at that rate. 3 ticks, it can just about keep up. AC is very quickly doing the barter and dropping items, which are going into this Hopper minecart. And they're dropping into this chest to collect them. I think ultimately this chest should start to build up a lot of items. And you see I have this observer here, which whenever there's an item in this hopper, it locks this hopper so that it slows down the rate of the things pass through, so that none of these filters are going to miss anything. I should be evenly distributing from this chest to both of these paths. You can see it's starting to build up in here. Well, all that's left is to decorate this place. Make it look nicer. Because right now it's kind of a train wreck. I think we're finished. So I made this staircase from the hub that leads up to it. And over here is all the chests for storing stuff. And these chests here are for the unstackable things that are gonna get from bartering. Soul Speed enchanting books, Soul Speed boots, potions of fire resistance, water bottles. All the sortable items are going to go into individual chests like this. Don't have enough fire charges yet. And this is easy enough, I think, for anybody to figure out how to use. Place golden chest, flip switch to start. Got a bunch of gold here. I used all the gold that I got from Cat Beanie to test this. And this is more gold. Just flip this switch, and the bartering begins. Sounds like there's some other piglins nearby that are upset at me, but they can't get in here. And as items go in here, you can see these torches flashing to indicate the stuff is getting put in. Getting some more gravel, more blackstone. Those are the most common things. Because I have this set up as a dual sorter, though, I can't put more than one chest for each item type, so I'm gonna have to pay attention to these and keep them from getting too full. I think this turned out pretty good. Now, as far as what I've used, let's see, I started out with a stack of iron blocks. I used most of that. This is what I've got left. I started out with 2 stacks of redstone blocks. I used almost half of the 1 stack of redstone. So there's still a lot more stuff in here. She also gave me a couple of enchanted apples. I didn't have any. I had an enchanting apple, and I used it to make this banner pattern, which I probably should hang up in some places, the thing banner pattern. In the future, that may become a theme for me, the thing banner pattern. But I have to thank again Cat Beanie for providing all these materials that I've been using, and to think about what can I do with the rest of this stuff? What can I make with it? And what the heck am I gonna do with all those mushrooms in my base now? Maybe I'll come up with something next time. And Amon chooses Divergence SMP.